What's up, guys? Hey, everyone. How you doing? I thought that would take a little longer, but it didn't. I think better than the weekend stream to distract them from the misery of being a Jets fan. Hmm, valid. Win downs. Interesting. Well, right now, at least out of, I believe, Malaysia, there's some indications that Scott Bessant has made some demands. Um, those demands have been put in a list, and the word on the street is that the U.S. agrees to those terms. Now, the spin on that news is that everything's fine and the trade agreement is going through as planned. No more hiccups. The world is perfect. And inflation, although still going up, clearly indicates that the Fed should cut. That was sarcasm. None of those things are actually true, but it is things people are saying. Why? Because even journalists have 401ks. Probably, yeah. I don't know how much up we're gonna get. There wasn't a lot available on Friday. Um, I would imagine retail's fairly tapped out, although flows could start to pick up in November. I don't want to speak to the presence or lack of a soul, but if journalists don't have them, nobody does. What's the expectation of a Fed cut? More pumpies or flat on Wednesday? I mean, currently we have a 100% chance of a 25 basis point cut priced in almost fully. Um, Apparently, the market feels that despite the rising prices in oil, trade uncertainties, and obviously higher both core and headline inflation, that everything's fine. Just people are saying, or many people are saying, most people are saying. I don't know. You go look at the front page of like Bloomberg right now, and it's like stock number one article is stocks hit highs as CPI gives Fed all clear to cut. Then the next article is U.S. inflation comes in soft, not soft, building case for. I don't know when 0.3% month over month was considered soft, but I love the world we live in now. Um, Bonds erased post CPI gain as survey signals economic resilience. And then oil steadies as traders weigh sanctions on Russian producers. However, fifth down on the list is market fragility tests options trader as volatility abates. Because market maker net weighted Vega is like some of the highest it's ever been in history, and it keeps climbing. So literally any bad news is getting closer and closer to like a halt to the downside at this point. Tesla and Nvidia leveraged ETFs have gained like fucking, was it $3 billion in the last like 3 weeks. However, managers of leveraged ETFs would like everyone to know that they see very few channels for contagion risk. Which is nice. You know. I too would let everyone know that the thing I'm selling isn't risky. The present managers of leveraged ETFs, yeah, those guys. The guys managing the leveraged ETFs, they say everything's fine. Currently, the global market for leveraged ETFs is worth 160 billion. With the top 10 stocks in the S&P 500 accounting for 65% of all assets under management. So I would say that earnings is a potential catalyst as we move into those. Obviously, there's a few that could start to pull back or not deliver on what was promised. We're definitely getting closer to the part of the cycle where things start to look a little more shaky. So I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe saw a miss out of one of the Mag 7 this time around. As long as it's not Apple. And that, obviously that could present a great deal of risk. And then the Fed, which, although presumed to cut, may not. They did claim to be data dependent, and they don't have any of that. They have a single CPI report and no ADP next week, which is difficult. So they'll have no gauge of the labor market whatsoever. If you can't trust them, who can you trust? No one. What's up, nerd?
Yo.
How you doing, man? Doing all right.
That's good.
Yeah, just hanging out.
There you go. Hang out with your wang out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we were talking about leveraged ETFs, and then that appears to be a moderate risk. However, leveraged ETF managers say everything's fine.
Well, that surprises exactly nobody.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Yeah, ETFs are weird. Leveraged ETFs are even weirder.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nothing like a $20 billion ETF with $300 billion in leverage swaps telling everybody not to worry.
It's fine. It's all good. As long as the money flows, they're good. That's all you need is money. You just need some. It's like the Robin Williams thing where he was talking about Wall Street people. Like, I just need some liquidity, man. Just give me $4 billion, all right? I just need some liquidity, man.
I need to make a stream card of a heroin addict passed out with a liquidity needle in its arm, just like a stockbroker.
There you go.
The tourniquet slowly unwinding as he leans into the toilet.
Right. Yeah, so leveraged ETFs. Anything else fun?
Market maker Vega exposure is the highest it's ever been in history.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Or, well, I guess since like Volmageddon or 2008.
Okay,
Post
sounds cool.
2008.
We talking 2016 February Volmageddon? Or are we talking, or was it 2018 February Volmageddon? Or are we talking the Volmageddon that happened recently?
Well,
The
Bloomberg now lists Volmageddon type events as being the Lehman collapse, the Greek debt crisis, actual Volmageddon, COVID, the carry trade unwind in 2024, which isn't unwound, and then
yeah, it was
the
like a sputter.
and then the 5% downside move we had the other day.
It seems like they're becoming more common.
Mm, shocker.
It's almost like we've been warning about this for 3 years.
I feel like for the last 4 years, I've been like, oh man, selling volatility as a product is a bad idea.
Well, the thing is that selling volatility is perfectly fine because volatility is naturally mean reverting. But selling volatility in excess is where you start getting into massive tail risk.
Okay, fine. Selling volatility to the point that it skews forward returns is a risk.
Yes, there we
Okay,
go.
there you go. All right.
Yes, yes. That's selling volatility in excess, and like in excess of historical volatility, like especially during periods where realized volatility is going to increase. It's just a bit you. Why?
My favorite is when they max out leverage on short vol going into elevated event volatility.
Well, yeah. It's just yeah. Well, yeah.
Like, it's not
No.
even, they don't even need to be granted the sight of the future. Like, they don't need to share an eyeball or anything. They can just look at a calendar and be like, hey, I should close some positions.
Yeah. No. It's the yeah. It's just dumb. And it's the thing is it's plain and obvious what's happening with that regard. I mean, I think we've just accepted it as the new paradigm, especially with zero DTE vol shorting being as
Imagine if there
powerful as it
was
is.
regulation on the market in
Shut the
order.
fuck
Hold
up.
on, hold on. I know.
Shut your damn mouth.
I know this sounds crazy, but imagine if the regulators who had the interests of everybody in mind, not just the largest institutions, because private regulators, of course, only care about the people. What if those people who care about us so much just simply didn't let you sell volatility with leverage?
All right, Girk, I'm gonna need you to shut your fucking mouth. All right, there's a van outside my door with people with balaclavas on, coming up to my balaclavas coming up to my door right now,
I love
and
that
they
they
have
go
straight up
after
capital vests
you.
on.
They go after you first.
Well, yeah, they go for the family first.
That's the FINRA van.
No, I mean it would make sense to have some sort of you know more stringent requirements on volatility shorting, but I
That's
don't
not
think it's
even
ever going to
that's
happen.
not even that stringent of a rule. Or just haircut the leverage if you're selling vol. I mean, I understand that without max leverage vol shorting, all our banks would have failed 2 years ago. But still, maybe some of them should have.
The problem is that
Why does everyone think that's such a bad thing?
when you let the large banks fail, you speed run the impending currency crisis that Poopy Pants hates so much to even acknowledge.
That's because he fully believes in the dollar in the USA.
Well, yeah.
Also, don't give him the credit of talking about him like he's ever been right about anything, because he hasn't.
Yeah, no, it's the thing is that at this point it's become so integral to market structure like writ large that there's no way to back out of it in an orderly fashion except for like a Basel 3 like scenario. Like at this point it is what the G-SIBs are doing. Like as market makers, Right. All they're really doing is just shorting volatility.
You
And
can
they also
tell
have this
because
product.
if you look at the returns on deposits versus returns on trading, the returns on trading for GSIBs has only grown, whereas the returns on deposits is flat.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's the thing is like when you see this kind of like people think I don't know what people think, but there I'm sure there's a non-zero portion of people, at least in the pickle jar, who think that like, oh, short vol, it's the hedgies, it's the hedge funds and the trading desks and all these things. And at the magnitude that we're seeing,
It's
these
me.
are
It's me, Jorg.
these are okay, yeah, it's you. But it's so huge that there is you would I mean like it would be either literally everybody is doing it or just a few really 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 huge people are doing it or some mixture of both. But there's like it that's the two extremes. And so I am reticent to believe that every hedge fund in the world and the GSIBs are all doing this. I have to imagine that
What about
some of the GSIBs are doing this and a lot of hedge funds.
if you're a central bank and you have a bunch of money in repo that's not yours, and you would be normally losing, a quarter of a percentage point on that money every night in order to maintain your liquidity buffer. But instead, you use that money to short vol.
As a central bank,
Mm-hmm. As part of your
there's too much transparency to do that.
market operations. Oh no, there isn't. Where?
Really?
Where? Where the fuck do you think the Fed has ever disclosed open market operations? You
Well,
try
they
to go
do
look at
asset
that.
back.
You go submit a FOIA request and find out how fast they return a letter that says the Fed is a private enterprise.
Hmm. That would be so incredibly risky. I guess at this point
It's
it
not
wouldn't
your
even
money.
actually be. I would think it'd be more people doing basis trade shenanigans and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
using that, you know?
That's probably more likely.
Yeah, in terms of market chicanery, right? Basis trade and currency pair shit is where I think a lot of leverage comes from to do things like short volatility, and that's the shit that huge fucking banks love to get into because they have enough money to make it worthwhile.
It's because it's it's generally risk free money.
Oh yeah, as
But
long as
it's
yeah,
no
no,
different
yeah.
than, you selling at the money calls on SPX and size. And
Do we
by
need to
size,
get
I
back
mean your
into
whole account. So four of
do
them.
we do we need to get back into the discussion about correlation?
You mean how it's always 100% causation?
Well, no, just about how correlation between asset classes can be a problem.
Yeah, it is.
And uncorrelation, decorrelation between other asset classes can also be a big problem.
Since JFresh isn't here, I can bring up one of our favorite indicators,
Ooh.
our VX VIX correlation.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to add something fun to this. I want you to take a look at 1 month and 3 month correlation and see how hard it has been to push them down.
Hmm.
We should be, I mean, we're going into tech earnings this week, and correlation hasn't even hit new all time lows.
What the hell?
I know.
Dude.
What I'm thinking is, as they lever up, their position kind of keeps cracking. I think we saw that twice last week, right? Like we had the day that like the market dumped because of Xi and Trump, right? And then VIX kind of stabilized, but then Thursday, remember when VIX went up to like 25,
Yeah.
and we didn't even go down as far? I think that's where they're getting fucked. Like they're selling the vol so hard that they're just pushing the market maker back into their positions over and over again.
Yeah, the market maker's probably just like, yeah, I'll buy all that, and then
Yeah.
I'll buy some more.
Yeah. What puts do you want to sell me? All of them? Sure.
Right? Yeah. No, it's. I have to imagine there's some of that going on. A little bit of mean reversion happening, but in the wrong direction.
Well, the MM's been sitting on like a really thin, like an unusually thin cushion of gamma for like the last shit, like week and a half. Like there's just been not like gamma's not persisting below spot. And all the gamma keeps turning negative so fast because everyone's just selling shitloads of puts.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
interesting.
I feel like Friday was like, because I mean CPI was kind of like, I guess it wasn't disastrous, and so I think that what ended up happening was that was kind of the big push to try to reinforce positioning with more gamma.
But the day was like, I mean, if you discount the gap up that happened in the pre market, the day was basically flat.
Yeah, no, it was, and that's just because we basically just fucking smacked into a bunch of gamma, and then we just sat there because no one wants to actually lever up into it because what it's going to take is something that's even more risky than the degens and Wall Street want to do.
Yeah, why don't people want to sell puts above 6700, I guess is the real question.
Right? Yeah.
What what
Yeah. That's the question.
given that everything is sunny, the Fed is totally going to cut rates. Like Scott Bessant has solved all of the problems with China. Oh, I need to tell you something about that too. Trump's going to build his bunker slash ballroom on the White House grounds, which is great for all the jobs it's going to provide American contractors. Um, and everything's perfect. Then what's everyone worried about? Like, why not? Why wouldn't you just be selling vol? Like, why wouldn't you be selling puts in the money right
I think they're really worried about the crypto winter that may be coming.
now?
I think the altcoin collapse that's impending is going to just absolutely wreck everything, economy and beyond.
Why do you think there's going to be a crypto winter?
My anime waifu NFTs are going to plummet in value.
Wait, those are just going to go up.
Look, all I'm saying
What about
is that,
scarcity, dork? There's only one.
yeah, well, some douchebag already went and did a print screen on my goddamn NFT and made a new NFT of it, and I
Oh,
am pissed, okay?
fuck. That actually, yeah. I don't know.
And they drew a little dick in the corner so that way it's not the same thing, and the Supreme Court won't even hear my goddamn case. But I
You didn't
digress.
wait. Hold on. When you bought your NFT, you didn't go and share it publicly, did you?
I did. I posted on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. I said, "Look at my fancy new NFT. It's so great." And in parentheses, I put in all caps, "Please don't screenshot. This is mine."
Yeah, but you did. You. I hope you realize in doing that, you opened it up for fair use.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Meaning somebody can just take your NFT, put a little dick in the corner, make their own NFT. They can make 10 of those and sell them all for slightly deprecated values of your original NFT.
Yeah, no wonder Ichikun is down 20% in value because I've seen a whole bunch of Ichikun clones all over the goddamn NFT marketplace. This is horseshit.
Why didn't they just use NFTs for like the one thing they could have been useful for?
Because everyone's stupid.
NFTs are
But I
strictly for
digress.
buying and staring at in private, like art, except not
Yeah,
real. At
or
least
my
with
wiener.
at least with art, you can steal it or like burn it and get money back from your insurance company.
It's true.
Nobody's
But I
ever gotten
digress.
money back for burning their NFT.
Yeah, I don't think we're seeing a lot of put selling above 6,700 because I don't think a lot of people expect us to be above 6,700 in January.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's about it. Could be. There could be some that comes in and just pushes a bunch of confidence, like
Earnings.
I don't know, Trump dying.
That would be so bullish. I mean,
Dude,
the
it'd be
market
crazy
would
bullish.
the market would crash, but it would be crazy bullish.
It would no, it would crash and then it would go like to just new all time highs and then some.
Actually, this is what happened. Would happen. The market would crash, flash crash, the second they announced Trump's dead. The market will immediately rebound to new highs. Then they'll find out JD Vance is going to be president, and it'll crash again.
It'll crash the moment he's in critical condition, and then when he's dead, nothing's going to happen. And then JD Vance is going to become president. And then when that happens, we're going to find out if he's a total cuck or if he's going to carry the torch and
Wait,
continue to be
we
a
don't know,
jackass.
we don't know that already.
Well, we don't know. We don't know if he's going to just absolutely cuck Stephen Miller or if he's going to lean in and keep the foot on the gas pedal.
Stephen Miller is going to run away to Argentina.
He's going to have to.
He's already clearly has it planned.
Yeah. No, if this all goes south, he's going to he's going to go to South America where he's going to bury his gold, right? And then, avoid prosecution.
Yeah, like a Nazi.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're the one saying that, Kirk. I didn't say anything, okay?
You think he's going to bring his art with him?
His art, his gold, his jewelry, all of his regalia.
All of the
Yeah.
rings he got out of the ICE detention facility.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and the ear necklace that he has of the people in the ICE detention facility that he walked up and gunned down.
He reminds me of the character in Inglorious Bastards, like the SS guy.
Hans Landa.
Yeah, but if that guy had no penis.
Ah, yeah, he is a eunuch.
Yeah, oh, actually, that's perfect. Like the guy from Game of Thrones, the eunuch,
Varys.
had a baby with Hans Landa,
Ooh.
and that baby was bald.
You know what? His entire family has disowned him at this point, so he's just a miserable old hag. So he's just taking it out in the country and just happens to be in a position of power. You know.
He's a Play-Doh face plus creepy. Anyway,
Yeah. Another digression. Back to markets. What do we expect for the coming week? I think flat.
that's the only thing we could get, right? Because,
It's violent flat.
yeah, really, really violent flat. Well, last week was kind of violent flat until the end.
Yeah. Yeah, it was super violent flat. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
probably get some more of that.
I like that.
Either that or big downs, one of the two. I don't know. Something stupid has to come out though, and trying to anticipate news is a fool's errand.
Well, that's not true. Sometimes the technical signals tell you when they're going to announce the bad news.
I don't know. I think they're probably going to reopen the government pretty soon. They have to because
No.
the SNAP benefits aren't going to be distributed, and then what's going to happen is all the Trump voters, more than half of whom are SNAP recipients, are going to get pissed.
Yeah. But then he's
So,
going to be like, it was the Democrats. And they're going to be like,
well, yeah,
those
yeah.
motherfuckers.
Well, it kind of is. It is because I mean, you think about it, the majority they need has to include some Democrats, and Democrats ain't playing ball, so they're not wrong. But it's just a shitty finger pointing game instead of trying to get something to actually pass. You know.
Yeah.
So I
It's
mean,
9 meals from anarchy. Well, I don't know. America's pretty fat. Maybe it is 3.
yeah,
The
we're
guy
also
the
pretty
guy
quick
who wrote
tempered.
that was in like 1905 Europe. So people were already starving. 3 days wasn't so bad.
But yeah. So I think we're nearing the end of this shutdown. If we're not, then the market's gonna get real spicy. If it's not in the next like month.
I don't think we can wait a month. I think SNAP benefits ending is going to be a far bigger deal than is being accounted for by the news right now.
Yeah, 40 million Americans not getting
That's not
SNAP
just 40
benefits.
million Americans not getting SNAP benefits. It's $7.5 billion a week in consumer spending gone.
Yeah, I know. That's
That.
what I mean. Subsidized consumer spending is just poof, gone. Yeah,
I did hear
that's gonna
some
make the market
some
spicy.
states like New York, a couple other ones are going to be stepping in and providing food assistance for those who lose benefits temporarily.
Yeah, Reno's doing something similar.
That's good. Yeah, it's not actually like no one actually wants people to starve. No Republican states will be doing that, however. Well,
Well,
probably
yeah,
not.
that's because the people in those states are already born.
That's when
They're already alive.
Jesus.
They already voted.
That's when Jesus stops caring about them the most.
Well, yeah, one after they're born, and then two after they vote.
Today's a good one. I love how pissed we are at our government.
Well, what government?
Yeah, yeah, valid.
I mean, think about how fucking impotent the fucking Democratic Party has been for the past, at least 3 years. I mean, sure, the Chips Act was pretty cool, but like, even so, we just all they managed to do is just basically write blank checks the whole time. And then they're shocked when someone runs on a platform of stopping government spending.
And
They
then
actually
spends
do
more.
well. Yeah, and then they spent well the platform, not the actual policy. Okay, let's make a clear distinction here. What you run on is usually a lie
Yeah, I know.
for both sides. Okay, except for like Bernie Sanders, but that's just because his ideas are so crazy that no one's going to go along with them anyways. So he can just say whatever the fuck he wants.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's I don't understand what either side is getting at right now with this government shutdown, which means that at some point they're going to have to actually cobble something together and do it. And I think it's going to continue to have Medicare in it, but the Medicare thing is going to have some sort of concession for Republicans in it so that they can go and do their victory lap.
Do you think
I don't know what that's going to be.
they're gonna hand back the ACA credits?
Something like that.
Makes sense, but that's what the Democrats want, so
Well,
that's a
yeah, but
win
it's
for
not going to
them.
be it's not going to be as much as they want, I think, is what's going to end up happening.
I see.
Yeah. An incremental loss for the Democrats, incremental gain for the Republicans, but the Democrats are going to say we saved Medicare and the Republicans are going to say we're bleeding the beast of Medicare. And then I don't know, federal employees get their paychecks and their back pay and then
I'm gonna
everything's fine.
start buying insurance companies.
Why?
Well, because we're definitely gonna get ACA credits back, and they're all way down because no ACA credits.
I would just straddle them.
Why? Well, in case we don't get ACA credits?
Yeah.
That's not a
Exactly.
possibility.
I mean, no, but the possibility is that the government stays shut down for even longer. And if that
That's
happens,
true.
then
You know who I want
yeah.
to buy? I want to buy Centene Corporation.
Okay.
Yep, I'm gonna buy some of that.
Okay.
You know what I'll do? I'll buy some of it, and then I'll buy some in the money pits.
Well, okay. So the play with insurance is because you're naturally going long, short vol,
Yeah,
is you just need to just do overnight straddles on SPX as your hedge.
I already do that.
Well, then, bibbity bobbity boo, you're good. Odds
That's
are up, I think.
technically going long vol, though.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how many shares you get.
No. If I buy a put and I buy a call, I'm long vol.
Yeah, and if you buy shares of insurance companies, those have some sort of a short volatility correlation to them.
What about DaVita Corporation? Why are these companies so cheap right now? Ooh, Molina Healthcare? So many options.
Just buy them all. Diversify.
Here's what I don't like. I feel like if we reopen the government and give the ACA credits back, inflation's going to skyrocket, yields are going to go up, and all these insurance companies are going to get fucked anyway.
That's a distinct possibility.
Hmm.
I don't think inflation's going to go up that much because of the ACA credits coming back.
No, but if that's what triggers the government reopening, all the government spending comes back. And we've had no government spending for like a month, and inflation's still up. So adding more government spending to that isn't going to decrease inflation. It's
I
not like we
guess.
get the
Yeah.
government opened back up and inflation goes down magically.
Well, it depends. I mean, oil could go to, $3 a barrel.
Pretty sure our entire economy collapses at that point.
I mean, I'm not saying anything,
That's like a
but oil
global.
being as
That's
low
like
as it
a
is,
global depression.
oil being $60 a barrel. I'm just saying. I'm
60's
just saying.
fine.
Is it though? I mean, when you look at the dollar, is it?
Yeah, well, it's that low because supply, right? Everyone's like, oh, there's gonna be so much oil. We're not gonna know
Dollar
what's
down, oil down is not. That's not a supply thing.
it. I mean, the dollar's not down very much.
It's down enough that oil should have gone up.
More, yeah. What if,
More? What are you
what
talking
if,
about?
what if BRICS doesn't want the dollar to go up?
Who gives a shit about bricks?
BRICS does.
Bricks can lick my balls.
I mean, they probably could. They have a lot of resources and money.
Like Dixie went down what? I don't even hold on. From 108 to 96. Oil went from what? 70 to 65 in the same time frame.
Hmm. We're sanctioning more Russian oil now. Maybe.
Look, I'm gonna share a chart with you, Girk. Okay.
Yeah. Let me see it. Is it
Hold on.
dollar oil?
Why do you have to ruin the fucking surprise like a fucking douchebag?
Because I was trying to say something nascently sarcastic so that you would use your brain and think of a better chart.
How about you suck my balls? I'm
why don't
sharing
you
a chart
do
anyway. All
why
right.
don't you do 20-year yields and the volatility of oil?
Why don't you do that? That's a lot of work.
It's literally the same as what you're doing. It's just two tickers on one chart.
I mean, I could also share another chart that makes it a little more interesting. Here, I'll share this one.
You're gonna do the spread between oil and Dixie.
No, just gonna throw another chart underneath. But anyways, I digress. And we still haven't seen spreads between AAA and Triple B recover at all, which has been interesting. There's a 40 basis point spread between them, which is nuts. It's actually 30, 35, 34. It's 34. No, hold on. No, it's 39. Sorry. 39 basis point spread on AAA, triple B effective yield for corporate bonds. Which, and I will share another chart now. This is JFresh's favorite chart, and I'm allowed to share this because he is not here. The Bamalama Ding Dongs. Spreads have not been this low between AAA and Triple B since we printed 40% of the world's money. So take from that what you will.
Where is it? You said you were going to share it with me.
It's in the fucking chat for this goddamn room, dude.
Oh.
I swear, it's like I'm dealing with a boomer. Speaking of which, do you need me to fix your printer later?
Yeah, actually. No, it's been really fucking up.
Is it on the fritz? Is that how you would describe it?
Yeah,
God, you're so old.
I would describe it as being on the fritz.
I bet you even say "warsh" when you're talking about the dishes, don't you?
No, I've never said that in my life. That's disgusting. It's a nice spread you got there.
Dude,
I didn't know you were so flexible.
it's kind of gnarly.
Ooh, what was the Sofer spread like last night? Or Friday?
I don't know.
Wide. 9 points.
Mm.
That's normal, right? It's normal for the Sofer and IORB to just spread out every Friday really hard.
You know,
There's
the
nobody who would
weekends.
want to take advantage of that.
Nothing but
I'm not a
weekends, man. I love
non-technical co-founder. Eat my ass, me too. Dork's just better at coding.
He admits it.
I've never denied that. I'm terrible at coding, but all the crazy ideas, well, not all of them, but a lot of them, and then he makes them crazier.
Yeah. Well, you give them to me. I go crying to JFresh. He makes them good, and then I make them real. Well, me and Nuke. Maybe someday I won't have to be the one to do it because even though I'm a better coder than you, that's not saying a lot.
I did flesh out the basis of Pooties and Tooties on my own.
That one was pretty good. It's basically, yeah, it's pretty good.
I like
I
free
won't go into
money.
details, but I like it.
Yeah.
Well, what it does is just cool. I like it. And it makes sense. Well,
Are we gonna go over some tickers? You haven't brought up any. Fuck do you
I
want
don't
from
know.
me? What, you want me to suggest what stocks you buy?
Right, yeah. Is this Mad Money now?
Apparently. I just said
Beyond Meat is amazing.
I'm buying some Centene.
I'm a long-term buy and hold for Beyond Meat. My cost basis is $8.85. I'm in it for the long haul.
Dude, the amount of copium on Wall Street bets is ridiculous.
Oh my god, dude!
It's gonna go to $9 just because so many people are trying to get out of their bags. And all that's gonna happen is there's gonna be more bag holders.
Dude, like dude, I shit you not. I hate to be a shill, but like Gamma Strike just basically was like, because you know the position I took. It was basically like at the peak of Gamma, and I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. There's no way that a bunch of idiots are gonna push this any higher.
This is
Like
AAA triple B, right? This chart.
AAA triple B is the green one, and the red one is AAA high yield.
Oh,
Yeah, you can
okay.
see in the top the last few letters tell you HY for high yield, triple B for whatever.
Yeah.
No, sorry, it's junk and triple A, whatever. But
K-View? Did they have like earnings soon? I don't know when their earnings actually are, but their earnings probably will be important. They also need a new CEO. So a CEO plus earnings would probably be great.
what about Caterpillar?
What about Caterpillar?
Do I buy it at $522.30 a share?
It's the only U.S. manufacturer that has factories in the U.S.
Well, shit, guess so.
No, no, no. It's massively overvalued. Are you crazy?
What are you talking about? Its PE is 30. Jesus Christ.
It's fucking Caterpillar. It's not
Yeah, I know 30 PE is
Microsoft.
insane.
I know. It's a fucking $250 billion right now, and we're not building anything.
Hmm.
The commercial real estate and residential real estate building markets are flat as fuck.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
We're
and
gonna go back to the oil prices.
we're not farming anything either.
Yeah, gonna go back to oil prices here, aren't we? What about TLT? It's doing a technical breakout. You want to
I
see
have
my Dorito?
a hard time being bullish on TLT.
Well, here. Observe my Dorito.
Oh, it failed its technical breakout, you mean?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, let me see your Dorito, because it's probably terrible.
It is. It's on the monthly.
Oh. But it's not even correct.
You're not even
Why
correct.
can't you put your lines where the candles are?
Because you know Weeble, the moment I move these things, they shoot off into the stratosphere.
That's true. Here, was that on the monthly you said?
Yeah, on the monthly candles.
Going from what? 2020. You're going from 2022.
I'm going from way further back for the lower resistance. I think I'm going from like 2000 and fucking 5 or something, or 2000 and something.
Yeah, here it
2010.
failed the breakout. So you're going from.
Hmm.
I feel like that's.
Is it too far to go back to 2007?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the debt dynamics aren't even the same that far back. At least 2022, it's like the situation was somewhat similar.
Okay. So it failed the breakout.
Well, last week it did. The month's not over, but not a great look.
But STD Slot Machine has 25 shares of TLT. I don't know his cost basis, but I hope he's enjoying the 4.22% dividend yield.
I've been just cleaning up for like the last year and a half on selling calendar spreads on it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, just I just get to harvest the dividend without owning that bag of shit.
Hmm.
It's not bad.
So
Pretty
you're neutral on it then?
pretty low risk. I mean, I didn't think it was going to go down too hard because I expect the government to step in and save it anytime it would go below 80. I just don't think it was going to go back to like over 100, which it kind of did once, but failed immediately.
Hmm. Interesting.
I think that's what's going to happen here is the Fed probably cuts and TLT tanks again.
Well, okay. So when do we get the technical breakout? Is it just going to be the most disappointing technical breakout you've ever seen, where it just kind of peaks over and then stays flat?
After the 10-year yield or the 20-year yield hits 6%,
Oh, you expect a breakdown?
when people actually want to buy it, or we shift over to stable coins and Basant forces them to buy nothing but 10, 20, and 30-year notes, so he can replace the Fed. Have you
Oh,
heard my
dude.
conspiracy? The conspiracy about that? Well, I guess it's not really a conspiracy. It's just what they're doing. But
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense as a roadmap.
yeah, I mean, I think I've thought through all the scenarios for the most part.
Yeah, except for you haven't really thought through the widespread fraud and eventual collapse of the whole thing.
No, I have. I
Oh,
fully expect that to happen. I expect
okay.
them to try to do it and then overplay their hand and make the haircut or the fees too obvious, and then everyone will be like, "Oh, that's debt destruction," and then everyone will dump their U.S. Treasuries, and then all the stable coins will blow up.
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, because somehow they have to affect that without people believing that any haircut or like nav based mm, any like nav based conversion isn't just debt destruction. And no one's gonna buy that. Like, there's nobody in the world that's looking at that going, no, it's gonna be legitimate. They could do it legitimately, right? Like they really could. They could, if there was just like a conversion ratio that was like 99 to 1 or 0.99 to 1, then they could literally say, this is liquidity backstop, so your dollar converts out at a lower rate, and you still get a tiny bit of debt destruction over time, but the system would be more and more stable. But they're not going to do that. They're going to go for a nav based approach. They're going to use issuance to control yields. And then the second they start doing that, everybody who owns a US Treasury in the world is going to immediately sell it. And then all the stable coins will collapse. But then we won't have a central bank. So there'll be no lender of last resort anymore.
So getting a house will get easier.
Yeah, because they'll be free.
Well, you free if you got enough guns and people willing to share the house with.
Well, we go back to the 1800s. You stake your claim, and if you can hold it, it's yours.
Right, yeah. So you just invade the home and then
Yeah,
kill the homeowners, bury them, and then just live there.
that's correct.
Advanced squatting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
More
So it is.
imperialistic
It's more
squatting.
like it's more like the early or the late 1700s, early 1800s. Then,
Ooh, interesting.
right?
Well, yeah, yeah, I guess
So
so.
I should just get a bunch of smallpox blankets.
In all in all fairness, many of the times, at least in the Northeast, they paid for those territories, just not like a lot.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was the progenitor of what was done in Africa too, where
Yeah.
you draw some lines around. You don't really care about what's in those lines. You just draw them and then sell it, and then you leave it to the buyer to figure out how to actually make that arbitrary line worthwhile.
Well, I think they knew even back then that it would be distasteful to people if it appeared if they were as though they were stealing the land. And so the Dutch and the British and the French very often would purchase land from natives, and then they would be like, the natives would come back and they would be like, "Man, those shells you gave us don't do what you said they would. They're not magic at all." And then we want our land back, and they'd be like, "No, sorry,
A deal's a deal.
deal's a deal." Thus
Yeah.
legitimizing their crime.
So okay, so I got you. So all I got to do is scam my way into another house.
Yeah, you got to be like, listen, I know houses are worthless now, but I'll give you 200, whatever rock is worth money every month to keep
Labubu's.
to live in your house. Yeah,
I've
I'll
got
give you I'll
Labubu.
give you 200 labubus a month to live in your house. And then the homeowner is like, well, no one else is living in it, and I can't maintain the property. And I gotta keep all my guns and shit at my house. And they're like, all right, deal. And then when the homeowner comes to collect their labubus, you shoot them.
Ah, Genius, Girk. Absolute genius.
I know.
I didn't know you were a real estate wizard like this.
Me
Dave
either.
Ramsey better watch the fuck out.
I should write a book.
Dude, there's this new guy. I hate to plug it, but there's this dude who basically does the same thing that Dave Ramsey does, but they look for the absolute like worst creatures you've ever seen, like financially irresponsible people, like that you could ever
This was
imagine,
my
and brings them on
idea.
and roasts them.
Oh, okay, never mind. I had
No,
an
he
idea.
roasts them for their financial decisions, not their trading decisions.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna
Well, a
do
little
a
bit of both.
thing like when we get more Gamma Strike money coming in. I want to do a thing called like financial makeover, where me and you put on really just lavish outfits and we go find poor people and we tell them about all the bad financial decisions that they've made up until that point in their life. So like a good shaming episode, and then we move on to fixing it,
Mm,
turning them
like Queer
into
Eye.
yeah, like turning them into a financial Cinderella by the end of the season.
I see. You know, that would actually be some good entertainment.
It would be,
Yeah,
and
we just
and and we'd be able to teach people basic financial education and lavish outfits.
so what this guy does, like, so a lot of the most common theme I see from people on his thing is a lot of credit card debt, but then also being long the market.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like
So
they're like, the
they
market
almost
always
feel
goes
like
up.
their overspending is being padded by the rapid growth of the S&P 500.
Yeah, well, they're thinking to themselves, the S&P 500 keeps growing, so I got to keep my money in it. And at the same time, their fucking interest is growing faster than their investments.
It's almost like everything costs more money.
Well, it's almost like credit cards are 20% APR, and the market usually goes up 10% a year.
But there's people who carry balances on their credit cards.
Oh, they carry balances, and then they make the minimum payment, which doesn't even cover the interest.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of them, Girk. You'd be surprised.
That's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Do you know what all
And
those
they
people
can
should do? In
sell
mass?
their stocks
File for bankruptcy.
and then sell their stocks and pay off what's left.
Nope. Keep the stocks. File for
Oh my
bankruptcy.
god. No, dude.
Nobody can force you to divest yourself of your asset, not even a bankruptcy court. So what
I
you do
know that I
is
know, but the smart decision is to fucking pay off the debt after the bankruptcy.
no, God, no, you file for bankruptcy, absolve yourself of the debt, then you sell the stocks and you're rich again.
Oh my god.
You're bad at being rich. Like so
You're
bad.
bad at being poor.
I know. That's why I stopped
We're
doing
talking
that.
dude in like $10,000 of credit card debt at a 25% APR with $5,000 in the stock market, okay, is if he does that, then he's just going to be still in debt.
No, no. Incorrect. If he does that, he's gonna be worth $5,000. His current net worth is negative 10.
Yeah, so he's still in the hole.
No. Your libertarian upbringing is really fucking with your head
Well, you're
here.
just
I'm saying that he files for bankruptcy,
yeah, but he's
absolving the
poor.
debt.
No, that's not going to happen because they're poor.
Fine, he's got to pay for a bankruptcy lawyer.
If he was rich, then yeah, he would have no debt. But he's
So he
poor.
gets rid of his $10,000 credit card debt in his bankruptcy, standard bankruptcy. Pays $1,000 to the lawyer, 1,500, and then he has $3,500 left. How do you not see this as like his net worth going up? He after the bankruptcy, he's worth positive $3,500.
After the bankruptcy, he's going to get a debt consolidation, a slightly lower interest rate, and still have a
No,
bunch of
do
debt.
you know
Some of
how
it's going to be written
bankruptcy
off, but not all of
works?
it.
All of it, except student loans.
Yeah, they have those too. Forgot to mention.
You didn't say that. You just said he had $10,000 of credit card debt and $5,000 in the S&P. If you don't disclose all of the assets up front, how can you expect a fiscally responsible answer?
So I have a question for you, Girk. What's $3,500 going to do for this person?
It's $3,500 more than he had. Technically, It's $13,500 more than he had. What would you do with
Oh my god.
$13,500, Dork?
You mean $3,500 and a less debt
Uh,
and
uh,
no ability to get a loan?
for
Nothing.
just for 7 years, and not
Yeah,
even
7
that.
years and $3,500 with no way to actually get leverage unless
Upstart
it
will
has like a 9 million% APR.
Upstart will loan him money the next day.
No, I'll be on the Klarna game for sure. I'm gonna be getting Klarna burritos all day long,
You have to do that before the bankruptcy.
and then after.
No, just before. You've got to load up
No,
on.
afterwards too, because
This
it's
is
the
what
only
you
debt I
do.
can get.
You go to Costco.com and you use Klarna to buy Taco Bell gift cards.
Oh shit.
That way you can carry over the physical. Then you give the gift cards to one of your parents. Then you file for bankruptcy.
Oh my god. You're such a fucking greaseball.
How? That's how America's. That's literally what our infinite growth is built on, and everyone's like too ashamed to participate in it.
Oh my god. Oh, this is why we're fucked. Well, what's the market gonna do, Girk?
I think.
I
I
think we already
mean,
said
yeah, I kind of
flat.
agree with. I kind of agree with aggressively flat. Maybe event vol causes another sell off. Like Tuesday, we pull back to like 67.75 or some shit. Unless China is like Basant's full of shit tonight. Did you? Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. Did you hear what happened with like Basant was like in a meeting with one of like the Chinese trade negotiators, and they just like got on the phone and they were gonna just like cancel U.S. software buys.
Hmm. God. Dude. What is the goal? We opened Pandora's box with globalization, and here we are trying to slam it shut. We're in deep doo doo. There's nothing good that's going to come of these trade negotiations.
What if we could just file for bankruptcy with stable coins? Boom.
If the government does that, Grick, I think you and I both know how that ends.
Yeah, 10 years of misery where we get slowly overtaken by a more and more authoritarian government, and
Before
then
we all die?
a recovery.
You mean we die?
Some of us.
Uh, yeah, some. We'll call it some.
Why would
That's
you
not
want to
going to
live
happen.
within your means? This is America. Debt maxing? Yeah. That's what, look, every corporation around you is doing it all the time. They max out.
Corporations also have special protections.
Yeah, but you can afford a shocking amount of those as an individual.
Well, this is the thing
Because
is the
corporations
liability
are
is
also just people.
they're just people, but they're also just people that absorb the liabilities for the individuals who own them.
One of these days, I'm going to figure out how to get a house for free.
So what you do is you open a corporation, own it, then the corporation declares bankruptcy, and then you're protected. Classic shell company shit.
Yeah. Why would I tell
You
you
gotta think
guys
like a
if I
money
can figure
launderer,
it
not a
out?
billionaire, okay? That's the difference.
I
Well,
went through all sorts of financial nightmares, being previously married to a compulsive gambler. No, thank you very much.
that
All,
doesn't
all,
sound problematic at all.
all I hear is someone had a lot of fun at my and the system's expense, but I don't want to do that.
You see, I think where she went wrong was she cut off the money supply too early, right as he was about to strike gold.
No, that's never the case.
Just fucking with it.
I know how to get a house for free. Ask me anything. Is it just a house that's free? Because I don't want one of those.
Is it a house that anybody else wants?
Probably not, because it's free.
Yeah. It's gonna be one of those houses in like rural France that like in like a town with like 10 people who live in it.
It's
And they're
mine. I don't want mine anymore. Yeah, we know. You know, it took everything in my power slot machine last week to tell you, not tell you, that's what you get for moving to New Jersey. Um, and I didn't. And I was really proud of myself internally. But enough time has passed that you need to know. I know you're such a good friend. uh,
Jesus.
$2 million current valuation. Wait, is this just living in your house? Dork, you should go be Nitu's au pair.
You know, I considered it, but I have a feeling I'd end up murdering him.
I mean, he'd probably pay you better than JFresh will.
Yeah, but 25 to life doesn't sound very fun. It is free though. So maybe when I'm ready to retire.
So,
And
December?
I guess I would no. I still got plenty of good years left living comfortably, and then once that starts to dry up and there's no social security backstop for me, yeah, I'll just go rob a bank or kill Nitu.
Killing Nitu is not going to get you any money. And his children will be
No,
too
but it'll
old
get me
by
in prison.
then. He won't need an au pair. Oh, I see what you mean.
I'll have a bed and 3 square. Doesn't matter.
Well, no, you won't have a 3 square anymore. They're just going to start giving prisoners Ozempic. So you'll get
That's they'll just
one
start killing us,
we'll just get one Ozempic injection every day and a biscuit.
and then I'll die.
No, you'll live, but you'll be very hungry all the time.
Why would they let me live?
So you can keep working.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's true. They will have me making license plates. Forgot about that.
No, worse. Amazon Small Electronics.
Him making TVs and iPhones. Jesus.
They'll need to keep you
Cables?
skinny so your fingers are small.
I got to terminate all those fucking Ethernet cables. uh, it is true. The prisoners yearn for the factories.
The stream is a real downer. I thought that was comic a bit.
It's cynical, okay?
Yeah. I'm just a cynical. You know this. You come here expecting me to say cynical things every week to justify your guys out of the money put buying. Despite me ending the vast majority of streams with "Dear God, don't buy puts above gamma neutral."
I mean, what do you expect? Okay, right now, I mean, we have the government shut down. Okay, we have extremely volatile fiscal policy. We've got a Fed that has absolutely no support from the White House or from Congress, really, for that matter.
Why
Like,
would the Fed have support from either of those agencies?
they don't.
They
They're
never
just
do.
fucking yeah. They're just but no. They usually have some support from the White House. Because they got hired by the White House, so But it's there's nothing that is really like okay. We've got the AI circle jerk happening. That's the most bullish thing that's happening in financial markets right now. Like bar none.
It's the
There's
most
nothing
bullish
else
thing
really
that's
bullish.
ever happened.
It is, but there's nothing else. There's no support.
Did you know that one of these companies is going to walk away with a super brain and control the universe?
That's the plan. It's a pretty terrible one, if you ask me.
Well, I mean, when you say it like that, it doesn't sound like a great idea.
It's not. We've got a huge push into technology, right? Why? Because what else is there?
I don't know where along the way they decided that, selling ads and exploiting people's dopamine responses wasn't enough.
Well, yeah, now they want to make chatbots that convince you to kill yourself or that you're a genius and send you into a spiral of delusion.
Most people are already pretty deluded.
Well, yeah, this just takes them all the way to the
I
complete
see.
and total abyss. Yeah. Before it'd be like everyone would be like, haha, everyone laugh at this idiot because they have no idea what they're talking about. And now it's like, I actually put that in my LLM and they said I'm totally correct. Holy cow, we're all geniuses.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
We need
terrible.
we need more. Maybe that's why the stream's not popular. I spend too much time shaming people, and they don't like it.
You should just poison their minds.
Yeah, I should just lean into the. Oh my god, you guys are the best traders I've ever seen. And that's
Yeah.
you guys come in here every day and you just kill it over and over and over again. And I keep so proud of how many of you are millionaires now.
Yeah, there we go. And every time you make a prediction, it
I
has to be
love
wrong. And then
I,
when they say that was wrong, you say you're absolutely correct.
I love you all and care about you very much.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I might have figured out how to get rid of the rest of the pickle jar.
Probably. But back to Jen's point, right? I mean, that's we look. I can grasp really hard for the bullish things. Okay, I can grasp so hard. But the fact of the matter is, right now we're kind of just floating around with no idea what we're doing. Tech has no idea what it's doing with AI. Got a government that has no idea what it's doing with its fiscal policy because government's literally shut down. We got the Fed who has no idea what they're doing because they don't have data.
Are you trying to say something like blase, like we're climbing the wall of worry, but you don't want to just use the actual statement?
No,
So you're
I'm just
trying to
trying to explain to Jen why it might seem a little bit of a downer stream. Well, it's because things are a little chaotic.
this is how I get all the bearishness out of my system, so I can buy calls tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a giant circle jerk.
I mean, this has been trading for like the last 2 years. You just bitch about how everything bearish everything is, and then you buy a call spread it open.
Yeah.
That's what you guys are doing, right?
I mean,
I've
yeah,
been doing this backwards.
The only risk is that the market goes down 5% intraday because our president says something stupid.
Yeah, but then you just roll your call spread out, and it'll print in like 3 more days.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, just average down, bro. Yeah, didn't GameStop prepare you guys for any of this?
I don't think GameStop prepared anybody for anything. Maybe selling covered calls.
That's true. I was tempted to exercise the 2C on Beyond and sell calls on it. But yeah, no, then I was thinking about it. I was like, I bought this yesterday, and today my position is up. I think it was up 1,000%. Probably even more, actually, because it was a $40 credit. Yeah. And so I was like, do I take that?
Is that the most money you've ever made off of a single options position?
Off a single? No, fuck no. I made like $3,000 off of one SPX option one time.
Oh, that was the pull and missile day, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's correct. That was good.
I did that too. I was like, oh, Polish missile puts.
Yeah, because the market hadn't done anything yet, and I was like, what? Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, we read through the news story like 6 times before the market reacted.
Well, we heard it first from some random person, like totally random person.
It was fucking like OG rules.
Yeah, and then I was like, no shit. And there was like, I think there was one article on like fucking like China Times or something that we could find, and then like I was like, dude, there's nothing. I'm buying a put. So I just quickly bought one, and then like 5 minutes later, fucking big bounce. I wish we could get one of those every day.
Last week or 2 weeks ago when we had that 1.5% down day, my 1K put print went to 15K. 1K put
Fuck
went to
yeah.
15K. Nice. That was a good day. That day and the day after it, where we continued to dump, were pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's
I
okay.
haven't been participating too much lately.
I feel like this trend needs to fail at some point. Maybe we fill the gap tomorrow.
You know what I have been participating in?
Fill the gap, climb into the Fed meeting, and then dump into the end of the week. I'm gonna draw a line. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I can't believe everybody bitched about me not talking about equities this whole time, but not one of them besides Seaweed brought up a single equity to discuss.
Right. They just want you to go through the list of 600 tickers and do your fucking intern bitch work so they could just screenshot the page and then put it up on their desktop.
I'm gonna write Pickles picks tonight, but I don't know if I want to include equities.
Don't.
What if we end the week at 6,700?
Color me shocked.
That's what I'm gonna do. What do you think of that?
Okay. I like it. You want my prediction?
Oh, wait, hold on. I want this higher. New all-time high. 15. There we go. Wait. There we go. Yeah, what's yours?
Okay. Open at 68.25. And then close Monday at 6,700. And then open Tuesday at, this is a gap up, at 68.25. And then we're going to close at 6,700.
You're gonna
Don't
just
worry, I'm
keep.
not just going to have you draw a sawtooth. No, but okay, so close at 6,700. Okay. And then open on Wednesday at 6,600.
That's crazy.
There you go. And then close Wednesday at 68.25. And then we're going to close the week at 67.25.
Oh, damn it. Well, I fucked it up.
It's okay. You can just make the end of that line go to 67.25. Nothing else matters.
Alright. Done.
I was just going through a bunch of stupid bullshit to say that it's going to be extremely choppy, but then ultimately relatively flat. But I wanted to be above you.
I see.
But I do think 6,700 is the likely ending price. I'm pretty sure JFresh would make you draw a straight line.
Yeah, it would probably just be 6,900.
Line up to 6,900.
Yeah, that's how JFresh does his predictions. It would
True.
just be like, it would just. I mean, I guess Bulgurk. I could do Bulgurk, and then just make that JFresh.
There you go. Sure, he'll appreciate that.
Oh wait, when's the 31st? Hold on. Oh, Friday is the 31st. Interesting. I have a
Yeah, no,
collar.
I'm gonna get all my bear predictions in for December. Don't worry.
I have a little collar roll this week.
Oh,
On
ready to be
Friday.
bullish.
Is it?
No, I don't know.
I should figure out how much pension funds have to sell again.
About $10.
Think so?
Yeah, maybe $10.30.
What the fuck's on a position stash for Halloween?
Oh god, you got to see this. STD made a NFT for me. I'm gonna put it in
I
our
saw it.
meeting room chat. You did?
Yeah, that was amazing.
This is excellent. I might just have to make this my PFP.
After calling everybody out for not naming any tickers, still nobody named any tickers.
Low effort. Come on, guys.
GME looks like it might get a little bit more bullish. Maybe into like the beginning of November. F-man. F-man, baby.
Still hasn't gone up.
Huh?
Put leverage still hasn't gone up.
I want to give them hope because the people in the GME chat have been really, really sad lately. Like Beyond ran more than GME's run in like 2 years, and they are just they're sad. They're very sad. Yeah.
Should I go long GME for how sad they are? Is it that time?
You know what? It might be.
Like
they might actually be. They might actually be sad enough that the stock's ready to run.
Hold on, I gotta go to the GME Gamma Strike page for Greeks. Oh god, its range is like fuck. Its range is like $3 to the upside.
Dude, that's like 10%.
Notionally, it's if I bought an option contract, the returns would be piddly for how much risk I'd be taking on.
Yeah, because they're overpriced.
Yeah, dog shit.
You could wait. You could do what I do. Wait till it runs a bunch and everyone's excited and starts talking about MOAS. Then just sell every call you can find.
I could. Or.
Oh, you guys want to talk about DVN? DVN's been doing good. Finally. Kind of had a nice little rally.
I want to talk about NAK.
Needs to get above 35.
I have been
rejected.
I probably shouldn't talk about my positions on NAK because
maybe this gets a gap fill back to like 32 and then pushes up from there.
Somebody say NAC.
Whoa! Holy shit! Dude, you've got to remember, Nuke is always lurking.
That's right.
Lurking and not even chatting or anything, and then he just shows up here because I say NAC.
There have been times where I brought him up at like 3 in the morning, and he shows up in chat, and he's like, I saw that." What's up, man?
Yeah, my NAC puts are doing pretty good.
Hanging out, playing some games. Went to a wedding. A little hungover today, but still alive. Yeah.
NAC looks like it's doing okay. I mean, unless it fails.
I mean, my
here.
$1.50 short puts are doing pretty good.
I would imagine. Did you
I
sell
think
them?
I got like I sold them at it was like $1.80 or something. But the yield on them was around 20%.
Just be careful. The rare earth hype train is going to be probably short-lived once people realize they can't extract or refine any of the metals they have rights to.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've got a plan to sell all my shit. My cost basis is low enough that now that I could just buy a bunch of $1.50 puts and be okay.
Also, since all of those like my quote-unquote mining companies are actually cash broke, if they get any kind of like market cap under them, they're just going to issue a fuck ton of shares. Otherwise, they can't finance any operations.
Oh yeah. Well, that assumes they have operations to finance, which at this point they don't. So
It's true. Hey, did you guys remember that AMC owns a gold mine?
Oh my god, yeah! Don't remind me.
Damn, AMC is a gold mine.
They're on DoorDash now. I was on DoorDash earlier and I saw AMC. They're selling soda, popcorn, Microwave pizzas for $14.
That's
pretty
the dude.
sick.
Who would go on DoorDash and be like, you know what I want to get is some AMC popcorn.
Jesus Christ. Someone's had to have done it, right?
With Klarna financing, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to use
Well, we better-
Amazon Pay for that one so you get the cash back.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, 1% back. Well, we made our predictions. We've talked about some shit stocks.
DLTR?
Dollar Tree.
Ooh, that's a nice recovery. Didn't they close like all their locations though? I think that's going to impact their top line revenues. So even if like because they've closed so many locations since like last year, I feel like if it starts to go back up again, revenues aren't going to hit their prior highs. Because they would have to be getting more revenue with like less market share, which seems unlikely. So I'd be careful about assuming that it would go back to prior valuations. That's like the bear case around GME. They keep closing stores, and so they don't have any stores to sell shit from, which reduces revenue into the future. All right, baby farms.
Baby Farms.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate having you here around.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Thanks for
Pickles
having us
picks
up.
will be out tonight, and you can. I'll post some more bearish things there, and then we can buy calls tomorrow, and it'll be fun.
I'm excited. I'm ready for calls.
Yeah,
Whee.
because
Good time.
those usually go up.
Yeah.
Except when they don't.
Yeah, I just average down.
All right. I'm gonna
Penis.
end the stream.